talk about the business outlook for the cement industry, what the view is when it comes to the demand outlook, the monsoon season, as well as price hikes. Joining in on the show, we have with us Sandip Ghose, Managing Director and CEO at Birla Corporation, and there's also Vinit Kumar Tiwari, CEO at Star Cement. Thank you both for taking time out and joining in. Let's begin then first up by talking about the outlook, Mr. Ghose, on, given the fact that there has been that run up to the general elections, we've seen a lot of focus from the governments on infrastructure and projects. What is that doing to the outlook for the cement industry as well as the impact of the monsoon?
See, there is always a little dip in demand during the monsoon period, and that's not going to be very different this year too, I presume. But the infrastructure work will largely continue in a big way, and I think that should stay unless there are major dislocation. What tends to take a back seat is the individual home building. But whatever work is going to be happening through government spending, because of the factors you have mentioned with elections down the line, I think they'll try to keep the momentum. But overall, the rest of it, which is individual spending, which people's private spending, that tends to get affected with a monsoon, the distribution of monsoon, and how good or bad it is in particular area. So a slight dip is always factored in, but overall, I think the entire year, people are still looking at 8 to 9% growth for the industry, and that should hold.
Vinit, let me come to you as well. Do you think raw material prices have bottomed out and now margins, will have more room on the upside?
As an industry, definitely. As the fuel prices have started going down, definitely that's a big boost on margin side, provided that the prices remains intact what they have been.
Right. So during FY22, if I look at it, Mr. Ghosh, the cement companies and margins profitability were impacted by increasing raw material prices, especially met coke, transportation. However, the situation has now turned favorable as raw material prices have seen a moderation. How do you see margins going forward?
See, what's happening is the costs have definitely eased, and that's essentially because of, as you said, the fuel prices internationally cooling off. But what we have not seen is any increase in prices of the cement prices in the market. And one is not expecting to see much of a price rise going forward during the year. And while one is hoping that there won't be any slide, so the benefits which you're going to get in terms of the cost pressures easing, that will stay.
Mr. Ghosh, how much of a benefit are you expecting from the recent dip in petcoke prices?
See, people are holding stocks. The inventory is going to ease only depending on how much stock people are carrying forward. So that will depend from company to company. But overall, you will see between 150 to 200 rupees per ton sort of easing happening in the course of the next 1 quarter for most people.
Right. Vinit, we understand that the industry has managed to take a couple of price hikes already. Do you see more on the anvil, and you think there is enough demand to absorb price hikes?
If you talk about demand, if we are talking about a double-digit growth, I think demand is good. But yes, cement is a game of demand and supply. So, and with monsoon setting in, definitely I don't look for a very big price hike in this period. But as we get over monsoon and with the demand further catching up as we near to the elections are coming in, and we expect good demand to be there from all sides, whether it's from the infra side or from the rural housing side. I definitely see a possibility that there can be some price increase, but I don't see a very big price increase in this financial year.
So, Mr. Tiwari, in terms of the demand broadly for FY23, I'm just going to exclude Northeast. How has specifics grown for you? Bihar, Jharkhand, West Bengal, Odisha, Chhattisgarh?
Okay, the demand, if you talk about the eastern market, last year, if you talk about financial year 23, it was 9.5% growth there in this market. And if you talk about the state specifically, Bihar registered the maximum growth, which was in double digits and more close to 20% or so. That was the best growth in the eastern states, which was registered in Bihar. And going forward, also this year, also we expect that the growth should be in near to this only in this financial year.
So, Mr. Ghose, will the companies be passing on the benefits of the lower raw material prices to customers then?
And that was totally unanticipated, and neither could the prices be taken up due to variety of factors last year. And also the cost hit was totally, so all cement companies are trying to recover the losses of last year, which people have treated as abnormal losses, and move forward. So I don't see, the fact that they are still holding on to the prices, not trying to increase prices in relation to whatever other, inflationary changes which are happening around. I don't see people, a question of passing on any benefit, because industry could not pass on the cost increases when it happened last year. That had to be absorbed by the industry.
Vinit, what would be the EBITDA per ton going forward?
I think we have been quite healthy on EBITDA, and this year also, we are sure we will again be. We are targeting somewhere in the similar range what we have been achieving the last year, and in spite of some of the things which will be going away, like some of the incentives, we still are quite confident that we will be in the range of 1,300 or 1,400. That's our target to achieve such type of EBITDA.
Mr. Ghosh, almost all companies want to outspace the industry growth, with some eyeing double-digit growth. Does that sector into risk of putting prices to push volumes higher?
I don't think so. As I said, the demand is going to be healthy, but not everybody is going to look at double-digit or high double-digit growth. It is people who have had capacity additions, or there has been some changes, but nobody is really going to be gaining volume at the cost of other people, per se. So I don't see any kind of, if you're talking about any kind of price war happening, or the overall destabilization of the market. This will be healthy growth as per the plans, and people will all behave, I feel, responsibly and sensibly going forward.
All right. Finally, good to have you both on board. Thank you so much for taking time out and joining in. So that's really the outlook coming in on the cement sector. Demand is remaining strong. Prices as well are looking stable. And we have seen a correction in some of the key input prices.